Welcome to Dobby Repairs. I'm Dobby the Fixing Elf, and this is what's in my toolbox, the series where I show you the tools I use to repair cars and fix things. So let's find out what's in my toolbox today. And in this instalment, we're going to be talking about the Sealey SV Impact Wrench as they call it. It's a gun style one, so I'm going to call it a gun. And yeah, it's pretty simple. It's the CP1204, and yeah, it's a really nice little impact. I've got the 1.5 amp hour battery on it at the moment. There's also a 4 amp hour battery I've got. I plan to get the 3 amp hour battery as well and do a whole video on just the batteries and the charger in this range, because I quite like the Sealey S range. It's quite nice. Yeah, so it's a pretty standard impact gun. Got quite an impressive breakaway torque of around 120 newton-meters according to the paraphernalia and the instructions. And it's a fairly decent impact gun, fairly powerful. I've got some really tight fasteners off with this, like suspension stuff and really tight bolts, and I mainly use it for like doing brake jobs, getting those caliper bolts off and stuff like that. Not the caliper bolts so much, but the caliper carrier bolts. And like I used one earlier today was a little tiny dinky ratchet. It's a standard 3/8 extension, you can use all done with it. I should mention actually before I put that on, that it's got the European style of impact thing, so you get a little pin that goes through your impact socket and all the way through here. So that's pretty useful. Got a little retaining ring on the back here, and yeah, you can use it with your standard, any standard impact socket will work. This is just happened to be an impact extension. Yeah, all standard 3/8 drive sockets fit on it. Yeah, it's pretty useful. Obviously very easy to change the battery. Just squeeze and pull out, and then you swap over to the 4 amp hour one. The 4 amp hour one is slightly bulkier, but it does give you a bit more power. 1.5 amp hour I've got here. 4 amp hour is also a bit harder to get out because it's a bit stiffer. I don't use it as much. But yeah, the 1.5 amp hour battery I seem to use a lot on my ratchet. So if you haven't seen the video on this guy, I'll put a link to it in the top corner over here. And yeah, it's a really good little set. Obviously I bought this as part of a set. You can buy them individually as well, and it's definitely a nice little ratchet to have. Like forward and reverse as always, and a little light so you can see what you're impacting. You know, like I said, I've used it on mainly like light duty jobs, light to medium duty. So stuff like brake caliper bolts that have been a bit too stubborn, I can break loose from my ratchet. And yeah, very nice. You've got a tightening torque of 70 newton-meters. You should never tighten anything down with these. You can run them down with it, but I highly recommend stopping and tightening it down with a torque wrench or with a ratchet, so you get a good feel of how tight it actually is. And yeah, you should never start a bolt with any of these sort of things either, because you can easily cross thread them. But yeah, you can see I've got a few war wounds where I've been using it. I've had it about 6 months now. Yes, over 6 months now actually. And yeah, it's really impressed me with what it's done. And here's just a quick bit of footage of it in action. So this is this upper shock absorber bolt. And as you can see, it budges out fairly easily and fairly quickly. And yeah, comes up really nicely. So now you've seen this in action, we're going to move on to my final thoughts. Before I do that, I'm going to say I'm going to go through the rest of the kit as I use it more, get more of a feel of it. But you'll probably be the drill that comes in the kit next, if you're interested in videos on this particular range. And it'll probably be in a couple of weeks. Just got a few more things to finalise on that video. Yeah, it's a really handy little set. And this is a really handy little ratchet, so I'm going to move on to my final thoughts now. And yeah, I really like using this. I find it quite lightweight, especially with the 1.5 amp hour battery on it. You get some really tight and easy, hard to reach spots, let's say, and get stuff out easily. Got to set in certain places, because like I said, it does break away more than you expect it to for such a little impact gun. The belt loop is quite handy as well. Belt hooks, let's say. Something you pop in your pocket, especially if you're like going to a scrapyard to get parts off. And yeah, it's a really handy little ratchet to have. It's also got a built-in battery life on here. And yeah, I'm going to give this a 4-spanner rating, so 4 spanners will pop up as always. And yeah, it's a really nice little thing. It is covered by a limited warranty as well, so it's pretty good. But if you're looking for a lightweight, fairly powerful little impact gun, I'd highly recommend this one. Thanks for watching. If you found this video helpful or entertaining, don't forget to hit that like button. It really helps both the channel and me out. If you're new here, consider subscribing. I post 2 videos a week, so by subscribing, you'll never miss a thing. Got any questions or suggestions? Drop a comment down below, and I'll do my best to reply to everyone. Here at Dobby Repairs, we're all about helping you learn how to work on your vehicle safely and showing you don't need to spend a fortune on tools to get the job done. Want to support the channel further? Become a member, starting at just 99p. Members get perks like early access to videos and more exclusive content. Keep fixing, and I'll see you in the next one.